welcome to Human Growth and Development. I wanted to start by giving you a little orientation to what our Moodle page looks like, what our class will entail, and to start you on the right track. So to start with, this is our Moodle page. It's organized by week, but the first section will cover the basics of what you need for the course, so you'll want to check back with this frequently. Also in this section, I have general guidelines, which are tips and pointers to help you succeed. And if you have questions, a good place to check is this forum right here. Here I encourage you to ask and answer questions, and I'll give you extra credit for participating in this forum, either by asking or answering questions. Going back to this general section, you'll also have a final project, and so I've got final project information here. And then after that, I've got everything organized by week, so we'll come back to that. Just a note, your assignments are due on Monday nights, so our week actually runs from Tuesday until the next Monday, and basically the reason for this is to enable me to give you more prompt feedback. So if we go back to our general information, there's two very important documents here. First is the syllabus, which I want to make sure you review very carefully. And this is what our syllabus looks like. I've got my contact information here. Email's the best way to reach me, but I also have office hours in Smitty Hall if you want to see me in person. I respond to emails during the week within 24 hours, but it might take me longer on the weekends, and in fact I may not respond during the weekends. So be aware that most of your assignments are due on Monday night. If it takes me 24 hours to respond, if you wait until late Monday afternoon to email me, I won't be able to help you. So please make sure you look at all of the assignments and start doing your work the previous week so that you have time to contact me if you have questions. Next on the syllabus, we have our general course description and learning objectives. And then I have our textbook listed. The newest edition is the 6th edition. I don't have a problem with you using the 5th edition, but there might be slight differences in page numbers, so be aware of this. Now we've got a lot of material to cover, and this is an online course, so remember though that you're expected to do this material on your own. Remember, you should spend roughly an equivalent amount of time on this class as your face-to-face classes, so that means at least 3 hours a week for class time, plus additional time outside of class for readings. There's 3 big things that you need to do to keep up. First, stay on top of the materials. This means reading the textbook and reviewing the PowerPoints and other materials, and doing those things early and often. Next, do the discussion forum assignments. These are designed to help you understand the material, so please make sure you do them for your own benefit as well as for your grade. And then finally, ask questions. You can ask me questions earlier, or if you have questions later, you can use the help forum. In terms of course evaluation and grading, 35% of your grade are discussion forum assignments. So you need to post an initial response to discussion questions by Thursday at 11:55 p.m. This allows your peers time to read your post and respond to it. Your forum post should be a minimum of 6 to 8 sentences, and many of the prompts have multiple questions, so make sure that in your response you answer them all. Then by Monday at 11:55 p.m. you will need to respond to at least 2 classmates' posts, and this should be a substantive response to keep the conversation going, not just I agree. Late posts are not accepted, but your lowest forum score will be dropped. Next, tests are worth 45% of your grade. There's 1 test for each chapter that's covered, making 14 tests total. You can only take each test once. And each test is 16 multiple choice and 1 to 2 short essay questions, and all of the tests are due on Monday at 11:55 p.m. Tests cover the reading material and any additional material like videos that are on Moodle. And then finally, 20% of your grade is the final project. I'll go over this in more detail in the coming weeks, but basically you're going to create a fake website that promotes some aspect of child development for parents or kids or teachers. Details are posted under the final project section in Moodle. In addition, at the end of each month, there will be 1 additional forum in which you can earn extra credit by posting more detailed questions about the topics we covered that month. And I'll answer these questions the next week in a lecture video. You can earn up to 1 point for asking a proper question and 1 point for a legitimate answer to a classmate's questions. The rest of this is course policies and procedures. You're expected to know and follow them. So please make sure you've read these. Okay, going back to our Moodle page, the other important document is the course schedule. The course schedule looks like this, and it's broken down by week, and it parallels exactly what's on Moodle. So basically what this does is it tells you what you need to do every week. I'd really encourage you to print it off and check off each item when you finish the task. So for the first week, you've got some introductory things to do. I'm going to go back to our Moodle page so you can see what things look like. So for the first week, we have our introductory page, our introductory activities. The first thing is the Introduce Yourself forum. So here I want you to answer a few questions to introduce yourself to the class. And again, you need to post your initial post by Thursday and then respond to 2 other people's posts by Monday night. Next, you have your syllabus quiz. So this is basically just to make sure you've read the syllabus and understand the course criteria. So once you finish these things, you can check them off on your course schedule. Next, we'll cover the first chapter, so you'll need to read the chapter in the textbook, and also review the PowerPoint, which is a nice summary of the most important themes in the chapter. Sometimes I'll also post links to videos or other resources, which will be here as well. Next, you'll have 1 discussion forum per chapter. So for the first chapter, it's less of a paragraph form response, but you'll still need to answer all parts of the question. Basically here I want you to come up with a personal example of each type of development at each age, and then also a developmentally appropriate activity for teachers to do. And so once you do that, you'll post your own response by Thursday, and then you'll respond to 2 other people's posts by Monday. And then finally, you'll have a test on chapter 1. So again, remember your 2, for this week it's 2, most other weeks it'll only be 1, but your 2 initial discussion forum posts are due on Thursdays at 11:55 p.m. Everything else is due Monday at 11:50 at 5 p.m. This is the basic structure of how our classes will work. If you have any questions, please contact me via email, and I look forward to hearing from you and reading your instructions on the Introduce Yourself forum.